Wrestling.
Hey everyone, welcome to the We Like Wrestling podcast. I'm Jared. I'm here with Justin.
Hey,
John.
Oh,
Back
Mash
to the
again.
regular
Oh,
order.
man.
I'm back.
I was weird.
It was fun
last
being
week.
second place
It was
for a
weird.
week.
It threw everything off.
Holy shit, wrestling world is popping off. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson
Yeah.
on the board of TKO.
What did I tell you? 21% stock rose from the time they closed Monday to Rock being announced as board of directors. 21%. That's a big jump in stock price. That's
Don't you have enough to do?
well.
he not
What does he
busy
really have to do?
The XFL.
What do board of directors really do?
Fucking Triple H and The Rock are
Probably just like a
in charge.
title, right?
Yeah. Could you ever think that
Shawn Michaels.
that Greenwich, Connecticut kid? What did they call him? The Greenwich snob and fucking
People's champ.
plunky little Rocky Maivia would be pretty much in charge of the whole operation.
CM Punk is back in WWE. Cody Rhodes is back in WWE. What the fuck is happening?
Well, the Royal Rumble, which is my favorite time of year.
This is my favorite
It
pay-per-view.
is. If I had a gun to my head and had to pick, you're watching Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. I'm picking Rumble.
Specifically for me, 2000.
2000, is that the Rock one?
It's Triple H and Foley.
Oh yeah, but that's the Rock
That's
one.
The Rock, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So not the Rumble match.
Not so much for the Rumble
Okay,
match,
okay.
but the pay-per-view.
I was saying because I know that and Taz's debut.
Taz, yeah.
They're in New York, so they do the.
And did Kurt Angle's undefeated streak
Yep. Well, no,
on TV.
no. They ended up taking it back because he didn't tap or submit. He used an illegal hold.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
yeah. You don't remember
That
that?
was Taz's only claim to fame.
Yeah.
In WWE, anyway.
Yeah, he complained, saying that he didn't lose because it was an illegal choke.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I've seen a couple things going around that
92, by the way, is the best Rumble.
Look, it is going back to watch. It is fun.
Bobby Heenan.
I was going to say on mute, maybe not so much. But also it's fun when you know the history to see everybody they put Flair in the ring with and let him, go one-on-one with these people. The first one that comes to mind is Piper. That's a hell of a matchup. That's awesome. And the Kerry Von Erich comes in and, that's not that far removed from their big,
was it like
their big title for title match. So I think that's pretty cool.
There's a
If
lot
you're
of
if you're
history.
looking at it through Jared's eyes, that Rumble means absolutely nothing. It's that promo that Flair cut. That's all you really care about
Yeah.
in the roadie run.
But Bobby Heenan's commentary just is
Yeah.
the best. And it's pretty star-studded. It's pretty loaded.
I gotta say that some of my the one I look back on the most fondly, and it's probably because this is when I'm really, really in my fandom as a kid, and it's one of the biggest Rumble moments ever. It's the first time they did this. Brett and Luger, the double over.
94.
Plus, you also have Taker ascending. So fucking cool as a kid. I loved watching that over and over and over again. Also, Shawn's second Rumble win was pretty cool. To go to WrestleMania 12. That was a pretty good one.
for me, I think if I had to pick a certain Rumble match, it would be either 04, the one that never happened, or 08. Because
Is that Cena's return?
Yeah, because I wasn't a huge fan of Cena, but the fact that he was hurt and it was just, he came back. So exciting as a kid. Like, oh my God, John Cena, he's back.
Actually got me to cheer for Cena.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be booing this guy. I don't like him.
What year is it 2002 that is perfect?
Yes.
That was like, that got me.
In the finals?
Well, just his return.
Yeah.
That was
The
the one
last
that-
time we saw Mr. Perfect was Kurt Hennig doing West Texas Rednecks.
That was
Rapid
Drew
So
Carey.
Carey.
like, yeah. Oh, Drew Carey? No. Drew Carey was in 01. Yeah, because Drew Carey's in 01. Drew Carey's in the one that leads up to X7. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless he comes back the next year. That I don't remember.
No.
I thought him and Perfect were in the same one.
No.
But Perfect made it to the Final Four that
Yeah,
year.
the Drew Carey one. He's doing the thing with Kane,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's before X7.
Because 02 is Jean Jacket Triple H, right?
GS Triple H comes back from his double quad tear because 2-man power trip came off of the X7 pay per view.
That's when he tore it through the announce table, right? Jericho.
Oh, he already had torn it before that.
Yeah.
And finished the match. And
Yeah.
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 That was his first Rumble.
Oh, that's right. His was a single. Vince's was a double quad.
Yeah.
That's right. Vince hit that also happened at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
That's 06.
No, that was
Batista.
05.
05.
That's Cena Batista.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cena Batista hits the ring. Boom. Tears both.
He climbed. Yeah.
05, because that's thumbs up, thumbs down.
He's sitting in the
okay.
ring. And everyone's like, why is Vince sitting down? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tore both his quads. And he still walked to the back. Refused to be helped.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we get back into this, Three Legacies Wrestling, amazing this past weekend, Millersville University.
Yeah. Great venue. I really liked it.
Beautiful, beautiful school. The crowd was hot as always.
It was a good sized crowd, too. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if you're a student at Millersville, $5 tickets, can't beat it. I'll get back to that later. But also, Raw has a new deal next year.
Yeah, we got a whole year, but they'll be on Netflix. Did you see?
The money.
Well, no. That USA's deal ends October 31st.
First.
Oh,
And
September
September
30th.
31st.
Oh,
30th.
30th.
Yeah.
Okay, so October 1st through whatever day in January they hit Netflix, they don't have a home for Raw.
Oh.
Triple
Yeah.
H is supposed to make an announcement about that. I don't know when.
Yeah, so that's pretty insane.
I'd make it thrown on Peacock for a couple months, I guess. Couldn't they?
Or
I don't know if Peacock does live. Do they?
yeah. What do you mean?
They do PLEs
Where are
live.
we gonna watch
that's-
the Royal Rumble tomorrow, buddy?
No, but I mean TV shows.
I don't know.
It's 3 hours on a Monday. It's not like it's...
Yeah, it
Every
might as well
day.
be a fucking PLE. If I were them, I'd put it on YouTube, free for a few months, advertise the hell out of it. If you get new viewers, make them subscribe.
Hook
you
'em
know.
in.
Yeah,
Then in December, you want to see how this story ends?
yeah. That's
Go to
exactly
Netflix.
what it. Well,
Also,
yeah, because you'll be heading into Royal Rumble, so you got
Yeah.
all that promotion.
the WWE network is no longer a thing after this year. It's still a thing
no.
over in the UK.
No, it won't be a thing in the UK. It's already not a thing here. Peacock will have it through 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Netflix has what? After 5 years, they can renew it or drop it. or
But
something?
so listen to what he's saying though. What he's saying is Netflix is getting Raw. They are not getting what we know as the network or the Peacock version of the network. All of that could go away.
Wow.
Well, the WWE network went away for America.
In Canada.
That's when Peacock became a thing. Over in the UK, they still have what is known as the WWE network.
Which technically if you use a VPN, you could still get it.
Yeah. So that lasted 10 years, 2014 to 2024.
I remember that. WWE
Netflix, the Raw deal is 10 years.
Network. $5 billion.
Yeah. 500 million a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not hear these numbers yet. And I haven't listened to Eric
Yes.
Bischoff yet, which I'm sure he's going to touch on.
That is a lot of money.
And also, he's probably going to touch on what we talked about when we talked about this before. I don't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever.
That's like Bryce Harper money.
We we talked about, like, I think it'd be a stupid idea, and I still do. I couldn't. I mean, that amount of money. Who cares about advertisement? I guess.
Nice segue because I have stats
Oh, okay.
for. So last week we were talking about
It was last week. I couldn't remember.
TV versus streaming. So I said that I feel like streaming would be better because more people have streaming over cable.
Yeah.
So there's I don't remember what website I got this from, but it matched a couple different websites. So 81% of 65 and over have cable.
yeah.
WWE pertains to younger audiences.
Somewhat.
Only 34% that are 18 to 29 have cable.
You left a big gap though. You said 18 to 29?
To 39.
Yeah.
Which one? 18 to 29.
29.
Well, then you went to 65.
So 30
So
to
I'm
60.
there's a
guessing-
huge gap in between
So
there.
I'm guessing
that
they
probably
mean-
just have both.
Yeah.
Like us.
I don't.
I do.
The video streaming revenue will have an annual growth rate of 8%.
Also, when you say streaming, what does that mean? Because, like, what if I only have Netflix?
That's streaming.
Right. But it doesn't, that's not, WWE has no presence on Netflix at this point.
Also, Netflix is getting rid of their cheapest option.
But you're also, I mean,
So their $12 option they're getting rid of.
but I mean, yeah, I mean, like you said, like, what about like Hulu? Or
Yeah,
HBO
what
Max?
does streaming mean? Does streaming mean that like YouTube, which is free? How many I want to instead of how many viewers, I want to know how many people pay for streaming services versus how many people pay for cable.
I mean, the only free one
And
that I know
also,
of is
what advertising is, because when I watch streaming services, let's just say, for instance, Netflix. My Netflix doesn't have any commercials, so Peacock has commercials.
Yeah.
Most of those advertisements are it's the same advertisement.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking like a Tide commercial that comes on 5 times.
Yeah.
Every other advertisement is just advertising for other things on Peacock.
Yeah.
So how much money is really being spent?
Self-advertisement, yeah.
Yeah, same thing with YouTube. I mean,
Now they have
I can mostly see now. YouTube does change a lot, but for the most part, and I think it's because YouTube probably generates more towards what age group is watching these videos.
YouTube is more age.
Because I know for a fact when I watch
algorithms.
things with my daughter versus when I watch wrestling things, the commercials are vastly different. They're not even usually geared towards her, but they're geared towards parents, like your laundry commercials or your grocery delivery commercials, stuff like that. Whereas when I watch like wrestling, it's usually like a lot of upcoming movies. Reese's. I get a lot of Reese's commercials. I don't even like Reese's.
I think Reese's is very overrated.
But you can also like, is it like Hulu that you can upgrade and get the commercial free package
Yeah,
for
because I
more
think
money?
that's what I said. Netflix. My Netflix, I think, is the only thing I have that is 100% commercial
Yeah.
free.
Peacock, I think, has it too. You can pay for the upgrade.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I don't either.
I think
That's
the
usually
only,
my chance to get up and get a drink and go to the bathroom and a
I think
commercial.
the only thing that's actually free for streaming is YouTube.
No, they have like Tubi is free and Pluto.
There are, yeah, those are, but a lot of people don't use them.
Yeah.
I remember Tubi. Is Tubi the one that has the 24-hour TNA channel?
Yeah, I think it's Tubi.
Yeah,
Or is it Pluto?
I
One
forgot
of
about.
them.
Oh no, it is Pluto.
Pluto.
Yeah, has the 24-hour TNA.
It's just-
man, go check that out one time.
All the
they
time.
do. They do replay things. If you watch it long enough, it gets replayed. But it's still really cool.
So I think they go in order still.
No, no, crazy out of order. I thought they were going to go in order, and I just sat watching it, and it just jumped like 2 years.
Oh.
Like, wait a minute, what?
So the video streaming revenue will have an annual growth of 8% up until 2027.
It's only 2 years though. So it's only 16% total.
Broadcast and cable TV combined growth rate is 3.9% up until 2030. I feel like when I was a kid, cable and internet was a package deal. And it still is, but I feel like it's not as I feel like there's less and less on TV now because they're all going to Hulu, Netflix, like the TV shows.
But like what? Yeah, but like
And
you're
movies.
looking at it as just you don't watch like stuff like first thing that comes to mind, Masked Singer, the Dancing with the Stars, the American Idols, The Voice, X Factor, that kinds of
Or that-
stuff.
What's that one?
That is
Hell's
what
Kitchen, yeah.
those things are like running cable television. There is one of those talent-based shows probably twice every night all week long.
And those reality shows like Survivor.
And the only other way to see those, Fox doesn't have any version of this. They have a deal with Hulu, but their stuff doesn't get put on Hulu like that. You have Peacock, which does the next day have them, but you're still paying NBC. Like Peacock people tend to not remember that that's just a cable company. That's NBC.
But I feel like the younger generation don't really watch
A lot
that
of those
stuff.
shows are
I don't agree.
when you go to work
They
the next
love
day.
those Masked Singers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
people are talking about the Masked Singer. You don't want to be the guys like, oh, I have to watch it tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it live because I don't have cable. I'm going to watch
Yeah.
it tonight on a replay.
Or like those Bravo shows that people are obsessed with.
Meanwhile, it's all over social
Vanderpump,
media.
the Desperate Housewives,
Oh,
and
the
there's
Real
and there's like
Housewives
10
of
of them.
Atlanta,
There's,
whatever.
yeah, right. There's all kinds of there's like hip hop wives and
Yeah, yeah.
basketball wives and
All that.
that's all through one network. And that's a cable network.
Popular.
Regular-
But
I
people
think
wanna-
it's cable.
People want to keep up with that. They don't want to get the results.
Yeah.
Like we don't want the
But I-
on our phone through
But
social
I
media.
feel like with the phones and the streaming, you don't need cable for that.
I think you look at it a lot smaller than people do.
People around my age, I promise you, they don't watch American Idol. That's an older generation thing.
I don't watch. I never do.
I don't either.
So regular cable news consumption among U.S. adults over 65 is 32%. but
I think you're generalizing people your age. The people on those shows are your age.
yeah, but
So obviously they're watching it.
I didn't even watch that. I've heard of it,
But you're one person.
But Netflix, Hulu, there's so much stuff that you can access so much easier.
Yeah, because you're broke. Like us.
Roku is a thing that doesn't have cable.
What do you mean? I watch cable through Roku every day.
You said you have Comcast.
Yeah, how do I use my Roku is plugged in to all of my TVs. I have a Roku on every TV in the house, and all of them can get Xfinity cable through them. My cable comes through the Roku.
Do you have cable?
So do you see what I'm saying?
I've
Where
had cable like
because he's broke.
but he has Xfinity though.
Yeah,
I'm saying
no, I have Xfinity for anything.
Internet.
No, not anymore.
I thought you did.
No,
All right,
I haven't had cable. I just too expensive. I didn't keep it.
yeah.
but like the main thing for cable is news too,
I don't give a shit about that.
and that's an older generation thing as well.
Like when I was a kid, before
Oh,
streaming,
buddy, you are sadly mistaken.
like I remember,
Maybe for you.
I had to be home by 8:00 on Mondays to watch Raw.
Yeah,
Now I can watch it on my phone,
yeah.
or
Guess what?
I agree.
Yeah,
just get the results. Like I ain't missing anything.
I don't need to watch the news when I can wake up in the morning. I see it on Google.
What news? What are you talking about?
Like world news, like
Yeah. What kind of news?
News.
Are you talking
Weather.
about like your local news?
Yeah.
Who the fuck watches local news?
Yeah.
People over 65.
Okay, so what? Who cares about that?
77% of adults aged 18 to 34 prefer streaming platforms over cable TV.
Yeah, I prefer it too. Doesn't mean I don't have it.
But
I
but
still have
WWE
cable.
the
You know
whole
what I'm saying?
point-
Like
the
I
whole point-
prefer it, but I go on Friday nights, Saturday nights, live PD, boom, on cable. Watch it.
The whole point is WWE is catering to that younger audience that already has a Netflix.
Well, the younger audience can't pay for their product. Guess who's paying for it? Mommy and daddy.
which we
So
always
maybe
say.
you should figure out how to cater to that audience.
We always say, guess what WWE's audience is? It's a family.
Okay, well, what happens when he doesn't want to pay for Netflix?
No wrestling.
Okay, well, what's catering to that kid gonna do then? Zero.
I mean, I got
Zero.
I have
Kids
Sling
don't have
TV.
kids don't have a disposable income. So you're asking now for most people. They have cable in the house. Their kids are going to watch cable because it's already paid for. You don't have to pay for subscription. You just turn it on. For kids, listen, for kids, when you are now asking their parents to pay for another thing to watch it, they might say no. You should probably figure that out. Peacock, when it started, was free, right? There was a free tier that you could watch.
Yeah, it was limited to what you could watch, but
Yeah. And it had commercials. Now that's gone. Now you have to pay for the entire thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But if you're a parent and you want to save money, you're getting rid of cable.
no, because most
Pretty much
parents
need
look
internet.
No, because they're going to look at it as I'm already bundling my internet and cable together. I'm not going to cancel my cable and get 7 subscriptions that are going to equal the same amount as my cable.
Plus, my 5-year-old can just click on the TV and go like this till they find their cartoon.
Sling TV isn't cable though.
Instead of having to go on Netflix and scroll till he finds his show.
I mean, I can't say you're correct there. Bailey knows how to do all of that. She's 7. She knows she can go into Disney or Netflix. She knows where all the shows are, what to click on. She knows all of that.
Sling
so.
TV is still considered streaming.
Yeah, I have it for AEW. I watch
Yeah.
AEW on there.
Yeah.
I think WWE is doing the right thing.
I didn't say they were doing the wrong thing.
I think I said last week that it's catering to the younger.
You see,
audience,
you're making an argument for something I'm not. I'm saying that you're narrowly thinking about cable versus streaming, whereas I still think it's a good $5 billion.
But before you heard the money, you said it wasn't a good idea.
Well, no, because they would lose on their ads. But they figured out that I said that there's not as much money in streaming ads as there is in cable ads.
And Netflix
Because
doesn't
cable
do
ads,
ads.
what's a commercial break? Like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Roughly?
30 seconds to 2
no,
minutes.
No, on cable. There's never a 30-second cable
Oh, okay.
ad.
I mean,
ad
what,
break.
what do they charge for like the big game commercials?
No, but what I'm saying, that's not what I'm saying. How long is a commercial break on cable? Is it like 2 minutes?
I guess, yeah.
So how many? So you can put 5 to 6 commercials in there, whereas they don't give you 2 minutes on streaming. You get like a 30-second commercial.
Picture in picture.
Picture in picture is what AEW does. Some places do that.
WWE does it too.
I did on streaming. Like I know I skip ad as soon as it hits that skip ad part.
If you can.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
can. Same with YouTube. Skip.
And the ones that cost more, you can't skip.
No.
So yeah, they're definitely gonna lose money on ads, but they're making it up by a $5 billion contract.
But you also still have SmackDown on USA. And you have NXT on
For
the
now.
and NXT on the CW.
For now, right?
No, like SmackDown's on Fox now.
Oh, SmackDown's on Fox. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
they're going to USA.
Okay, that's what it was.
NXT is going to the CW. Hey everybody, this part of the episode is sponsored by Symbiote Collectibles. Symbiote is a store dedicated to collectibles, games, action figures, and a lot more. They host video game tournaments every month, including Mario Party, Super Smash Bros., and they also host gaming tournaments with Dungeons & Dragons, Magic the Gathering, and Fight-A-Bear. Fight-A-Bear is a game that the owner of Symbiote Collectibles invented himself. It's a pretty cool game. I recommend checking it out. Along with those gaming tournaments, they also host an open table where you can show up, play whatever you would like in a not-so-competitive sense. Symbiote Collectibles has something for everybody, whether you're a casual collector, vintage, new. If you play with action figures, if you display them, they have it all. After 9 years, from going from a flea market stand to the storefront that they have now, Symbiote has a wide variety of collectibles that you can choose from. Stop in. They're located on 514 Penn Ave in West Reading, Pennsylvania.
That's a death nail.
Yeah.
I don't even know what CW still is. One Tree Hill was on CW.
In fact, yeah, I was gonna say
90210.
Dawson's Creek back then.
902 was 210 was on Fox.
The original. I don't know about the new one. But the
Oh
original
wait,
was.
the new one might have been. You might be
Yeah,
right. The
the
new
new
one
one.
might be. It's like that time. Did you ever see that interview? That girl that does like weird interviews. She's really good at like no emotion, and she interviewed Bobby Lee, and you know who Bobby Lee is, right? He's a comedian. He's from Mad TV. He does stand up. He has a podcast with. Shit, I know it's not Tom Segura, but it's called Best Friends. Anyway, they're playing tennis together, and she's interviewing him, and she's like, he's like, "You ever see the Karate Kid?" And she's like, "Yeah." Jackie Chan. He's like, "God damn it! Not all of us Asians are the same person." She's like, and Willow and what? Not Willow. Jaden Smith, and he's like. Oh yeah, they did redo. They did redo Karate Kid with Jackie Chan. Yeah, it's funny.
I think it's Netflix. Where the hell are they getting this money from?
Who watches Netflix? Do you know? Have you seen what Netflix is lately? Have you actually been on Netflix?
I watch
lately?
it for documentaries.
Documentaries are okay. I actually,
Some movies they rotate.
yeah, but have you seen what's like on there?
Some of their original stuff is kind of hit and
It's
miss.
so fucking dumb.
I've been
It's like
using
the
mine
same
for-
movie repeated.
I've been watching the documentaries about missing people, and
Actually, if you like true crime, I think Hulu has a better true
I
crime.
don't have Hulu.
I think Hulu has a much better true crime section. Also, Prime. Prime has a really good true crime
I don't
stuff.
use Prime unless it's football, honestly.
But you have it?
Yeah.
Oh man, you should watch it.
I mean,
Ted Lasso.
I have Prime regardless.
Yeah. That's what I'm
regular
saying.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And I'm
You know how long I had that without realizing that the Prime that I pay for like shipping and shit also included that? I thought it was like a separate thing. That was just called the same thing.
I think
For the longest time, I was like, I'm not. I don't. There's nothing on there. I'm not getting that. And finally, Amber was like, "You have it." I was like, "What do you mean? I don't." It's just like you have Amazon Prime. You have the streaming service. You're already paying for it. You just didn't download it.
I think the only
Like,
thing,
oh, okay.
the only thing separate is Amazon Music. That's different. You have to pay separately for that.
I don't know.
But
like Spotify.
I watch Netflix, YouTube. That's pretty much it.
I mainly watch YouTube.
But so Netflix doesn't do live stuff.
Yeah, that's really weird. I didn't think so.
So how the
They have though, didn't they have like a Netflix football game or something?
No.
I thought they
They
did.
do Nickelodeon.
Oh, maybe that's something else.
They do,
They've got till next year to figure it out. I mean,
but they need to
Or
figure
it's
that out
taped.
because WWE doesn't play around with that fucking like production wise. If it was AEW, they'd wait and there'd be some mess
Yeah.
up things.
but I'm sure before they signed the agreement that was worked out. I'm sure WWE wouldn't sign it and then go, okay, now what do you do about live? I'm sure WWE probably said, look, before we sign, you don't do live programming. We're a live show. How's this going to work?
Or maybe that's why they threw
Netflix
so
has
much-
never ever done anything live, even as like a trial.
don't think
Like
so.
let's live stream this.
Not that I know of. At least not every week like Raw.
That's not even saying that Raw is going to be live either.
Well, that's gonna hurt. Look at I would like I don't have the stats obviously, but I know it always hurts when they're like in Europe or something and they have to pre-tape or stuff like that. Like nobody watches that show because it's all over the internet.
the results are out.
was
You
gonna say,
know that nothing great happened because if it did, you would have heard about it.
Yeah.
I can't see Raw ever going back to not being live.
The Monday Night Wars, they used to be every other week. Remember, they were one live, one taped.
Yeah, but even that, I
Even
mean,
that was
But again, the only competition you have is Wednesdays and Fridays.
it's not about competition.
No, but like if they're gonna go away from the live stuff, Raw when like SmackDown competing with Rampage, NXT's on a Tuesday, so like it's
I don't see SmackDown competing with Rampage. It's not a competition.
doesn't Rampage start like 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
SmackDown's over.
Yeah.
well sometimes depending on basketball.
Okay. Well, you know what time SmackDown's on every week? 8 o'clock, depending on nothing, because SmackDown's on at 8 o'clock every week. So there is no competition.
Unless it's the Westminster
I'm
Kennel
sorry.
Dog
I have
Show.
nothing. I'm not here as a AEW mark or a WWE stan. I don't care. But saying it's a competition is fucking ridiculous. It's no competition. It's an alternative. If you like it, you like it. Go watch it. If you don't like WWE, don't watch it. If you like WWE and you don't like AEW, just find whatever the fuck you like and watch it. I don't care about competition. Yes, we got spoiled with this Monday Night War bullshit that peaked what wrestling is today. Without the Monday Night War, we wouldn't have what we have today. Great. Thank you, Eric Bischoff. I'll even say thank you, Paul Heyman. Great job for that era of like 4 years. But that shit doesn't fly anymore because WWE squashed them and then became a juggernaut that could not be stopped.
Maybe competition's not the right word.
It's not. It's alternative.
It's, I mean, competing against.
That's like saying-
for wrestling fans.
That's like saying that Always Sunny in Philadelphia and just because we were just talking about it, it's fresh on my mind, American Idol are on the same night. So there's a competition. No, it's not competition. It's an alternative. You can go watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but the 16 people that are watching that versus 16 million that are watching American Idol, it's not really competition. And I love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's why I picked that show to think of.
I mean, competition
I'm just
in terms
saying.
of like if you're a wrestling fan and you like all wrestling, if they're on at the same time, now you're forced to choose which one.
No, you're not.
to
Never.
watch now.
Never
which
anymore.
one, you know, I don't know. I'm really curious about the Netflix.
Everybody
thing.
has at least 2 ways to watch something in their house at all times.
On TV and on your phone.
yeah. Or on a laptop.
Yeah.
but it's on TV. Doesn't mean it's on cable.
No, but you can watch one of those things on your
Yeah.
TV and one of those things because you can use the TNT app to watch
Yep.
or TBS app, whichever one it is,
Yeah.
to watch any AEW. So there you go. You can put that on your phone.
Much like DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs, cable is no more. It's dying. Streaming is
Cable's
a
not
thing.
dying. The problem is those like 4,000 channels. That's dying. That shit's dumb. Remember, like
Oh yeah.
that's all out the window. But the big networks, the Fox, the NBC, the CBS,
ABC.
ABC. Well, I don't even know about CBS.
But why do you think Fox didn't renew? Not enough people were watching SmackDown.
That's one show. The channel's
one
not going out of
But
business.
Fox is a big channel.
Exactly.
Well, they're not going out of
They've
business.
got other things that they can put on.
They've got other sports,
Yeah.
other shows.
Yeah, they've got other things. Like
Fox
I said,
has
those
American
big,
Idol, I think, or Masked Singer.
those talent competition shows are what they're never going away. Once they hit that shit, and we'll say that it was American Idol, but it wasn't. It was really a British thing first. I think it was called The Voice in Britain first.
America's Got Talent. Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, but no, before American Idol, there wasn't like British Idol. It was called something else.
Pop Idol over in
okay.
and then they just call over here American Idol.
It was, yeah. But so that once that shit started, that changed all of it.
Yeah.
And not to even mention, everybody has these like love shows. They're still doing these bachelor shows and the fucking Big Brother. What's this, like Big Brother 1800 now? Like I can't keep up with that.
The
shit.
Amazing Race, Survivor's
Survivor's still on
25th season.
I remember like the first 2 seasons was really cool, and then I was like, okay, they just do the same shit every
I
year.
don't
I'm
watch
good.
that anymore.
I
Yeah.
do feel like NXT being on anything other than a streaming service hurts them.
NXT.
Yeah.
I just don't think NXT is what it was still anymore. I think the heyday of NXT, I hate to be that back in my day, but like AEW is what the heyday of NXT was.
Yeah. But I think if you put NXT on Prime or Hulu, it would do a lot better.
I think if WWE would
No, I think if you put it on YouTube for free, it would do better. I don't think anybody's going to pay to go out of their way to watch NXT.
WWE would stop treating it.
And I shouldn't say anybody because there are people who will.
But WWE treats it like an unwanted stepchild. So how do you think the casual
Well,
fan thinks of it?
because
they don't hype it up. They don't build it up.
They only did it once to hype it up, and that was when they were trying to sell it, right?
Taker,
when-
Corbin.
yeah,
Cena was on, yeah. But they don't like every week. They're not like, hey, tune in on Monday night. They're not like, tune in Wednesday to watch NXT.
Well, that's because NXT is for the new guys and the.
I mean, they're not. If
Yeah, but I
they don't
used to
give a
like,
shit about
when
it. Why
when
should
NXT first started, they did a thing where they had Tyson Kidd and Tyler Breeze versus Sammy and Pac. I forget his name.
Neville.
Neville.
Yeah.
That was on the network.
No. That was no. That's NXT. But on the Raw before that, they had them in a tag match. It was Kid and Breeze versus Sammy and Neville in a tag match. These 4 are going to be in the main event of this pay-per-view coming up on the network. Go watch it. If you like what you see, go. They don't do that shit anymore. Even we haven't even talked about the Rumble yet, but even going in the Rumble, there probably won't be anybody in NXT. There might be a call up, but I've always said the NXT before Rumble have a mini Rumble on NXT as the main event, and you get a spot in the Rumble.
Well, a couple years ago, Cole was in the Rumble.
Yeah.
There were a
Aleister
couple.
Black,
Yeah.
a few. Pete Dunne, I think, before he got called up.
Yeah.
Was
There,
Alistair before he got called up?
I think
there
it
were a
was.
couple
Wasn't
NXT
it?
people in the Rumble.
I remember the Adam Cole one because he's getting called. Was that
That was
the
when he was
Edge?
champion.
Was that the Edge Rumble?
No.
Was it the year before that?
It was before COVID.
The Edge Rumble was before COVID, wasn't it? Yeah, the Edge Rumble was in front of people.
It
Because
was
then the
after-
Mania
it was-
with
it was
Edge.
after COVID.
Edge came back after COVID. Oh
It was
no!
probably still
Why'd they
Thunderdome,
do
but
the greatest Rumble or the greatest match? I thought that wasn't in front of people because they couldn't.
Brock 122, Edge 121.
Well, Edge didn't win his comeback one.
No.
No,
No, so it would have been COVID. Oh no, 2020 would have been before COVID.
he won 21.
If he won 21, that means that he came back at 20. which in January of 20 was
before
was
COVID.
Before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're in like one of the last shows before.
So yeah, his WrestleMania back was not in front of people.
Yeah.
McIntyre won that.
That was
one.
the Orton best match ever.
McIntyre won that Rumble.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because it was like what, March or April when everything shut down. So he would have just
Oh, also we're like right about the anniversary of Kobe's death.
Back to the NXT thing. When all those big names were going to NXT, they hyped it up on Raw. John Cena, Undertaker, going to NXT tomorrow. You know, but
they never like. How many times have they call people up from NXT and there's nothing? The crowd is just dead.
But why does it see if you show them though, it doesn't have to everything doesn't have to be a call up. Have them in front of the crowd. This is from NXT.
Mello, Braun,
If you enjoy
Trick.
have one match every fucking Raw or something.
Fucking bring over Corbin and Braun as a team because that's what they are now. Have them have a tag match.
People
on
know
Raw.
Have them
Have them on Raw.
I don't know. It's just weird the way they do things.
Yeah, they treat it badly, so the fans don't care.
Maybe
You
that's
have
why.
to go out of your way to know what's happening.
Yeah.
They'll show what happened on SmackDown during Raw. They'll show what happened on Raw during SmackDown. They do not talk about NXT during either of those shows.
And they used to be on USA. Well, they're currently on USA.
They just don't.
Next year they're dropping down to CW.
Yeah.
So
Don't care.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
It would probably do better on YouTube where it's
Like
just
Dark?
it's free. Yeah, but I hate to liken it to that. But
they don't do that anymore either. AEW, they don't do Dark or Elevation.
Explosion's coming back though. It's TNA. It's their YouTube show.
Oh. I saw the TNA Explosion thing, but I didn't know what that was. I thought that was another pay per view.
So,
No.
now we're 45 minutes into it. Can we actually talk about the Rumble now?
Who cares?
So I saw
Fucking hate this pay-per-view.
I saw somebody post the best 1 and 2 scenario would be the Usos, and I'd like
That'd be cool.
I'd like that.
I've seen a lot of Cody and Gunther as one,
One
and
and
two.
two?
Yeah.
I mean, I've
Because they were the last two last year.
I like I would if I were to pick one of those two, I like Usos better.
have them fight, have
Yeah.
somebody come out, interrupt for a little bit,
Sammy?
have somebody be like somebody useless like Ivar. Just that's a thorn. They work together, throw them out, and then they go back.
Kofi. Because,
He can't do that anymore. Those spots.
well, but what I'm saying is like they feuded with New Day so much. Like it's like, yeah, we might not like each other right now, but we still both have hatred for these guys, right? Like
They feuded for years.
yeah.
And then I also saw that Gunther is the favorite.
So let's talk about who do we think, let's just leave out the fucking Cody and Punk. Honestly,
So
I would rather neither of them win at this point. I get so tired of seeing the same shit over and over again that I'm already tired of CM Punk, and he hasn't even done anything.
he's had a house show match
Yeah.
Nothing on TV.
in under tights, by the way, not even trunks.
Well, I didn't see it, but I heard, was it on Raw this week or last week?
They went to like face to face.
Yeah.
Cody and Punk.
And they were cutting promos on each other.
Yeah.
It's the typical MJF promo battle thing.
But two faces? Are they? Are they?
Who said CM Punk's to face?
Who say Cody's a face?
Well, he wrestled Dominic, so I assume Dominic's the hottest heel.
Punk could just be
Punk's
Kevin
here
Owens.
not to make friends. He's here to make money.
Again. So now that Seth is hurt, he's not relinquishing the title.
Supposedly.
which is weird.
We don't know that. Maybe it's
so,
a work.
So now you're gonna have two champions not on TV for 3 months,
You don't know that.
and it seems like Rock and Roman at Mania.
You don't know that.
I said it seems.
There's a lot.
It
I mean,
seems-
Mania is in April. There's a lot of WWE to be had in between tomorrow night, which is we're recording Friday, and April. There's a lot of shows.
People could get hurt.
So-
Like Seth got hurt. Someone else could get hurt.
I mean, The Rock has been tweeting a lot more about the head of the table thing.
but he hasn't been on TV at all yet. Just that one time.
Yeah,
One time, and then he was announced as the board of.
that wasn't
he
on
was
TV. Yeah,
No, he was on the board of directors of TKO.
yeah.
So he's been saying, "Acknowledge me as the head of the table," stuff like that. Seems like they're doing Mania rather than Chamber. which means if Roman doesn't wrestle at the Rumble, he's not wrestling at the
What
Chamber.
do you mean?
He is wrestling at the Rumble.
He's
He's in the
wrestling at the
four-way.
Rumble. It's a
Four-way.
four-way.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But Chamber,
Yeah. I think this would be the greatest time to take it off from Roman, and he doesn't have to get pinned.
the 4-way, yeah.
And then let him rest until Mania. Give some time off.
Cut promos.
Go
Yeah.
away.
Do the whole Cena Rock thing, cut promos on each other every week.
Have Orton win the title. This would have Cody finish his story.
I'd rather
because-
LA Knight, somebody different, but
But
they'll go with Orton. That's a safe bet.
have Orton win the title. At the Chamber, have a number one contenders match because Gunther would win the Rumble and challenge Seth, let's say. Cody wins the Chamber. Goes after Orton at Mania. He's finishing the story against his mentor. That could be one of Randy's last matches.
Are they going to stream it to Ted in prison?
I mean, I know Orton said he has like 4 years, but I mean, he hasn't been taking a lot of bumps.
I don't know. I just don't. I can't. Fucking Chad Gable. Just let Chad Gable win. Like, I would so much rather Chad Gable fucking win the men's
Seems like they're
Rumble.
also going Drew in a title picture somewhere.
It's the same old shit. You know, like this is getting repetitive and boring.
Drew is turning into.
I
Big Show.
like. Maybe this is why I like that '94 Rumble so much because nobody could have predicted that.
Fucking have Sammy win.
When
huh?
everything else, Guevara. so, so let's. What about surprises?
So there's
Do
two.
we get a
big-
Rainmaker?
There's two big free agents out there right now: Sasha and Okada.
Yeah,
Okada just did the goodbye to TNA thing.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I like we were. I don't know if we were talking on air about this, but for Okada, WWE would make the least sense because of his living situation.
Yeah.
AEW seems to be
You don't know that they wouldn't agree to it though.
no.
And would he come in to not win the Rumble?
Yes,
Okada?
Yeah.
because AJ did.
Yeah. Right.
AJ came in at 3 and didn't win.
Yeah.
But Okada.
I mean, Okada lives in Japan. He's going to fly into.
well, that's so. Typically in WWE, they move you to Florida,
If you're gonna be in NXT,
or just in general.
nah, you can get moved anywhere.
They had Gunther move to the States. They had who it was probably Shin, honestly.
Yeah.
So if Okada wants to stay in Japan, WWE wouldn't be the best option.
But these are both guys that hit their developmental system. So if Okada's coming in and going straight to TV, he doesn't have to do developmental and be there all the time.
There would also be a lot of traveling for.
Or who's to say it's not just a one-off?
He is a free agent, so
It's not out of the realm of possibilities. They
he
did it with
show up-
Liger.
He could show up, do a Rumble, and sign to AEW.
Yeah, like Liger came in for a one-off.
Christian did that one off.
Yeah,
In the Rumble. And
There's,
then,
it's not. Carlito was supposed to be a one-off, and then they signed him.
Yeah,
He wasn't signed before.
yeah.
yeah.
He went, "Holy shit! Look at you!" And
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard
the veins are so vascular.
Cardona's the other one I've heard the most.
I don't think Cardona is going to happen because he's hyping up him and Dolph thing so much.
Again,
I think
could
he would
do
be
a
laying
one-off.
off of that a little if they weren't going with him and Nemeth.
Plus, I'm pretty sure he's still champion of like 2 companies.
That wouldn't matter. You just drop him.
Would
Belts are
if
just
he
props.
did show up, would WWE make him go by Zack Ryder? Because
He said Zack Ryder's dead. So again, if they did that, he probably wouldn't want to come back in as Zack Ryder. He'd be Matt Cardona.
Would hear the woo 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 and all that.
Yeah.
And
He'd
Yeah.
probably keep his song like Cody did, his current song.
What's his current song? I don't know.
Lights go down. Downstate. Downstate does everybody's songs now. They have Dolph's song now.
Okay.
MJF. He is a free agent.
And it is 2024.
I told my group of friends, if he doesn't show up at the Rumble, I'll be convinced he re-signed. But, like Cody and Punk proved, nothing is impossible.
No, not at all.
So maybe the Raw after Mania at most, or after Rumble. But
Or he shows up to help Cody. Cody turns heel.
Maybe Cody and Punk are the last two, and he shows up to screw Punk,
Yeah.
help Cody out.
Yeah. It's still a story. It's not their story, but not. I think we've proven that Hunter is willing to not
Branch off
blind,
a little bit,
yeah, not blind people to people's pasts.
Acknowledge-
Stories come from all over the place.
Yeah.
He still doesn't
Not-
mention AEW by name.
He doesn't, but
He mentioned
he
TNA.
still mentions though that like they're still willing to say the things of not, people don't just go away and sit in their house
Sting
for
did.
5 years and then come back to WWE.
Sting left WCW and retired for 13 years.
Yeah.
Well, they said it was like AJ like wrestled all over the world. They say they don't really say.
He did.
Yeah, but they don't say like he was in TNA. They don't like
Now they would
I,
probably acknowledge TNA.
I miss shows like Totally Reeks of Awesomeness. Remember when they used to do that segment of Will They Talk About It? And it was like right after AJ just came in and they put him up on the screen and they're like, will they talk about the Bullet Club? No, they won't talk about that. You're talking about it. This is WWE programming. What are you talking
They've
about?
actually said Bullet Club too now.
Yes, they do say
Recently.
it. I'm just, hey, I think this is a new day and age. There's no more like, oh, they don't do that. They wouldn't do that. There is no more they.
That's because Triple H realizes it's a thing called the internet,
It's
and everybody
wrestling.
knows.
Yeah. Even still, look at Territory Days. You didn't just go, here's this brand new kid, Kerry Von Erich, who's never ever wrestled before, and he's going to wrestle Ric Flair. No, this man was a champion in every other company he worked for. He's the hottest guy in the company that he works for, and he's come to our company to challenge our champion because he knows that our champion is the best. How much better does that sound than this guy wrestled in NXT?
I think,
You know?
if Cardona shows up at the Rumble, it'd be a one-off because he even himself said he's making a lot more money now.
Of course he is, because he controls it.
Work as much as you want.
Yeah,
But he's
Whatever you want.
he's a popular thing now. I mean, he's heavily used on GCW.
see, he lives in Florida. When he has to go to California, they have to pay him to go to California. In WWE, you have to go to California because that's where your next show is. You're not getting paid to go there. You're just getting paid, and you have to go there.
To be fair, when Zack Ryder was in WWE, he probably wasn't even cracking $1 million.
Oh no,
So yeah,
no.
So besides Sasha, any other girl rumors that you guys have heard?
probably Michelle McCool.
Yeah, but that's not
Those
really.
are
Those
legends.
are legends.
No.
I don't even count those as like people coming in for things.
It's Drew Blank. Girl just left TNA.
Naomi.
Yes.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
Trinity,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
She didn't leave.
Yes, you did.
What was all that
Yeah, yeah, she's
goodbye
gone.
stuff?
Oh, did she?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Off the roster?
Trey Miguel posted on this recent loop wherever they just were. His like we sent off one of our best ones, and he posted like him and Trin pictures. Yeah, she's done.
I haven't seen it.
She said goodbye to the crowd. Yeah,
Because I know when she lost her belt, it was emotional, but we were saying maybe that's
yeah. But then they did like shows, and that's when Trey was posting. People were posting about it. I remember the Trey one specifically because I follow him on Instagram, and
So she definitely
I
come back
don't-
as Naomi,
so-
not her,
Yeah.
not Trinity.
Oh, of course.
So, we want to stay away from this, but with current events, do you think that's part of the reason why some of these people would like to come back?
what do you mean? Like because he's not there?
Yes.
He who shall not be named.
Crispin
Um,
Walker.
Voldemort.
Yeah, really.
Because if they are females,
But her and Sasha left for
Steph-
different reasons.
Steph
Yeah, they left for creative reasons.
They left
But
for,
again,
like-
who was the creative behind that? Was it him saying, this is what we're going to do?
Or that could have just been a cover up.
You never know that. I don't know.
But it does seem like now that somebody is not as big of in the picture as he was, people are coming back. Male and female.
yeah.
It's if Naomi shows up and Sasha does not show up on AEW,
Where are they at?
The Rumble,
Yeah.
Texas. Pretty sure it's Texas.
It's Undertaker.
Well, it's Michelle McCool. That's what I mean.
I mean, Taker said he'd never say never.
Hogan.
He said one
he
more.
said one more.
I mean, Booker T lives in Texas.
Yeah,
He was in it
Booker T.
last
Well,
year.
Booker T still works there, doesn't he?
He's WWE. He's commentator.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a commentator. So that's,
NXT.
I mean,
So did you see the Joe Gacy thing?
yes,
Yeah.
I did. I like the suit. I like
that was
everything.
Oh,
I didn't see. I just saw a picture. I didn't see.
So,
He's still in NXT. Still there?
oh, but now he's doing like a lost his mind type. He's almost doing very Bray Wyatt.
like kissing ass to not kissing ass, but like really friendly and like it
like
seems
Bray
very
Wyatt
Bray,
when
yeah.
they did the Funhouse shit.
Yeah.
So he's pretending to be a good guy, but he's not.
Well, Schism
really a
isn't a,
good guy.
thing because
Well, those guys
Ava-
left.
Well, Ava's now GM too.
Yeah, what's with that? Rock becomes the board member, and now his daughter is automatically a GM.
Oh, she's not working anymore.
I don't know.
But Joe Gacy was at the commentary table with Booker and Vic Joseph, and
Is that the one that got fired?
no,
Oh, who got fired?
the Irish guy.
SmackDown guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Irish guy.
Peter? No, Patrick. Patrick something.
Patrick.
Something
Kevin
Patrick.
Kevin
Patrick. Yeah.
Go figure. Irish.
Yeah.
Patrick.
I like him on the. I usually like him actually.
He's good at interviews.
Yeah. He's maybe not
Not on commentary.
He's good at like the pre-show shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was with Cole, and then Cole couldn't get him to be better. So,
See him in AEW.
but Joe Gacy was at the commentary table,
TNA.
and he was like, "Hey, we got a good lineup tonight. This is happening, right, Booker? Right, Vic?" And they were just like, "Yeah." Like
It's look. That sounds very Bray Wyatt-ish.
I'm pretty sure he got who was there? Who was Bray first or Gacy in terms of like creative character? Who was first? I don't know what
in
Gacy was.
WWE.
Well, no, in general, I don't know what Gacy was like on the Indies.
Yeah, but this is a new side of Gacy. This is him getting some creative freedom and really getting his picture out there. It wasn't really anything like this before.
Even Schism seemed very Wyatt family-esque.
Yeah. Well, maybe, looking back, maybe that was the plan to get
Kind of
them.
looks similar to Wyatt.
Maybe that was to get him there.
Yeah.
Did everyone say that
He was rumored to be one of the.
when Bray came back that time that Gacy was one of the guys in the crowd with the mask? Yeah.
Well, there was a
pig.
rumor that it was
The
all of
Huskers,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was never confirmed. But yeah.
All of Schism, yeah.
But I mean, I feel like Gacy could do that pretty well. The whole Bray Wyatt type thing.
I mean, the guy is way underrated and he is just phenomenal. So people are gonna get it one day, whether it's in WWE or it's somewhere else. Somebody's gonna get it.
I hope we see Gacy in the Rumble. That'd be cool.
That'd be good.
So
Legends, Goldberg.
I hope not.
I mean,
I've heard Wade Barrett because he's an announcer. He could just
yeah, but I don't know if he's cleared.
It's a Rumble.
I don't know. Yeah, it's punches and kicks. He could be in and out in a minute. I mean,
But WWE's iffy with that.
Jerry Lawler had a heart attack on TV and was in the fucking Rumble.
Michael Cole, he's not even trained.
But
And he was in.
WWE is iffy with neck injuries.
He had a fucking heart attack and then worked a Rumble.
And a show in Hamburg in front of like 30 people.
That was like years later. No, this was not long after he had his heart attack. He worked a Rumble.
Yeah.
Like the next Rumble that came around, he was in the ring, less than a year away from his heart attack. It's fucking ridiculous.
Who else would Texas? Sean.
It would be really, really cool. None of them work there, but put a Von Erich in it. You got the publicity. You're in Von Erich territory.
They're not going to do that because he just
Of
showed
course
up
not.
in AEW.
Yeah, they haven't even talked about
Who
that
did?
movie.
The
Kevin and the boys.
yeah.
Oh, really? Signed or did
No, they just showed
They're
up.
just there for promoting the movie, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But WWE hasn't touched that
Kevin
movie
would be
at all.
cool.
WWE
Yeah,
has-
it's a Rumble.
they stayed away from that movie.
Well, because the only one they had is because they never had any other Von Erich.
No.
The one they
did
had.
Fritz worked there way back when Vince Senior.
I don't think
had
under.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wouldn't be under Junior.
What about any Samoans? Lance
Usos.
Lance doesn't work for anybody really.
Oh no, why
That
Texas?
wouldn't be a big enough.
Texas.
I don't know.
I've heard Stone Cold because it's Texas.
Yeah, you got to think Texas crowd.
Because they want him and
So
Punk.
Stone Cold, Booker T. Sean is from Texas.
Sean could wrestle two guys at the same time.
Oh man, I was watching some Smoky Mountain. Fuck man, even in '94, Robert Gibson, he was watching two guys at once. Dude, holy shit. He had Shawn Michaels' eye back then. We should call it Robert Gibson eye.
Women's who wins.
I thought so. Candido, it was fucking Midnight Express. Rock and Roll Express versus Candido and Brian Lee, and Candido said, Ricky Gibson. And I was like, did he just fuck up? No, then they bring out. Apparently, Robert Gibson has a brother named Ricky.
Oh,
Yeah. 'Cause I was like, oh, you fucking idiot. You can't even cut a promo right, saying both their names.
Dudley's?
But maybe Ricky Morton will come out. I don't know. He still wrestles.
or his son? Does his son wrestle?
He does, yes. Dudley?
Is Bubba still in TNA?
No. God, no.
Dudley's.
I don't know.
I thought they signed. I thought.
What's that guy do with
recently-
Texas?
What I'm saying, I thought they recently signed a deal of some sort.
Headbangers.
Hey, yeah, they signed a Legends deal.
Taka Michinoku. Get that throw back.
Let him run out, even though they're not in the Rumble, and throw it over the ring.
Yeah, hey, he's in working shape.
Bring Eric Redbeard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're gonna put Bray in the Hall of Fame.
If.
Very disappointed that Bray was not on the cover of the new game.
Well,
Well, you don't know. Maybe his family says that's not.
Well,
no, I don't think so. I think I think WWE's doing very, very right by him.
anything that
His family, I should say.
anything that relating to him that sells.
Yeah,
through
and he had
shop
all
goes
his
to
merchandise.
JoJo.
That's it blew through it, but all of it was 100% going to them.
Oh, nice.
I think they did right by them. So women's rumble, we talked about Trin and we talked about Monet.
Well, she'd be Sasha.
Who do you
She'd
think?
be back.
Who's winning this though?
I say Bailey every year.
As of now, we are. Yeah, I mean, if she went after Io, that would make sense.
You can't have Charlotte because she's hurt.
I also I said this jokingly, but honestly, and I don't think I said it on air. Maxine, they're really pushing her. They're really making her a spotlight character. So even if she's not like winning it, she's probably going to be in a heavy role in the Rumble.
I'm afraid they're going to
And-
make her a in and out joke character.
Maxine?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Otis is
I
a
think
joke.
she's getting the push. I think she's getting something.
Her and Gable are the workers. Otis is a joke.
I think Bailey, because it sets up for EO.
That's really the only one
And
that
then
sets up.
the other one I think is Jade Cargill.
Oh, I wanted to talk about, do we think Jade's going to finally
I don't
show
think
up?
she's gonna win.
I
No, I don't think she'd win.
She comes out at 30, throws out like 2 people, wrestles 10 minutes and wins.
No, you don't have
You
somebody
think
like that.
they're going to have her?
Yeah.
She's not Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, you don't have
You
somebody.
know what I mean?
But
somebody
she's been
new-
I don't know how ready she is. She's been in the Performance Center.
Yeah,
since,
but that's
what,
not even
October?
the point. Like,
But the point is, she's new to WWE.
she's new to NXT. Like,
She's been there like, it's been a year.
but she hasn't. No, it hasn't.
She
been a
hasn't
year.
wrestled.
Well, she's been training.
No, it
she
hasn't
wrestled
been. It
for
was
2
the- it
years
was
in
the summer.
AEW.
Yeah,
was
but
summer.
She's not like
if
a
you're-
rookie.
If you're a kid watching WWE, you're not going to know who the hell
You
just
have
won the
no.
Rumble.
Yeah, that's going to be. That's a hard sell.
Have her come out in the middle.
Yeah, she should be in it and have a good showing. You know, you can take her down to the end. I think Belair's time is up.
The other one I've seen was Becky.
I just don't see it
Because Becky
happening.
wants Rhea. That's what she said. If I win, I'm coming after you,
Oh,
Rhea.
yeah?
But Bailey and Io, that would set up.
Because I know they were doing Becky and Nia. So I thought, is that done?
Because Becky's never beaten her.
Oh, okay.
That's
But
the
then she
story.
beat her.
Yeah, she beat her on like a random Raw.
Bailey and
Good,
Io would
good
make
story
sense.
to tell on Raw.
That would make sense. Split up Damage Control.
Yeah, well, also, Io and Asuka are going after the women's tag titles.
No, Kyrie, the other one.
Oh, it was Kyrie?
Kyrie and Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors.
Oh.
Io's the champion.
He was the champ, yeah. The other Asian girl and Asuka.
So
But she was wearing a belt. Oh, were they holding the tag titles? What does the women's belt look like?
it's like Roman's belt, but white strap.
Oh, okay. So
It's a
they were
gold-
they were showing Kyrie holding they must have beat them up and taken the tag titles from them.
Oh, maybe.
She was holding a belt, so I thought it was Io.
I don't know who the tag champs are.
Caden.
Cat and Zara. and-
Yeah.
The KC squared or whatever.
Yeah.
Wasn't that girl you liked that was in that Rumble a couple
Yeah.
years ago? That you
Yeah,
were
yeah.
like, oh, I like her.
Yeah. She's like
She
Sophie.
she climbed the post.
Yeah, and she did like flips and stuff. And
Yeah,
you're like,
she was really cool.
Yeah, that's Casey Catanzaro,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Bailey makes the most sense.
Bailey does make the most sense.
But the past 3 years, I've wanted Bailey to win, so I don't know. It kind of helps solidify Bailey too, because Charlotte, Becky, they've won.
And if
mean,
Sasha does come back and
the other-
they kick Bailey out, Bailey would have an ally.
well,
feud
even
with.
if Damage Control, so if Asuka and Kyrie are going after the tag titles
And they win.
and they win, them being a tag team, they can explode the whole Damage Control.
Bailey's the odd woman out.
Well, no. I'm just saying it could just all go away. Then you don't have to do anything and set up why, Asuka and Kyrie are staying together. Io and Bailey can feud with each other. Dakota even still working?
She's hurt. She's
Like,
just
for
been sort of like a
6
manager.
years? What?
She comes back and gets hurt again.
I know. It
Seth,
sucks.
Seth has the weakest knees in wrestling.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think she's also got a bad knee though. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
she's hurt a lot.
But also, in order to
She got hurt back in NXT, and it's the
Yeah.
same knee, I think.
Yeah.
Who'd she get hurt against?
I don't know.
And I
Was
didn't
it was it Kyrie?
Did she get released while she was hurt, and then
Yeah.
she came back and wrestled a few times and got hurt again?
She got hurt by somebody in a feud. I can't remember.
Her and Stat, they're always.
Yes. Well, Stats just got both knees are braced up all the time.
I mean, that's a lot of weight to carry, though. Stat is.
Yeah.
But to win the title, Io climbed over Bailey.
Yep. Yeah.
So-
We talked about that. Yeah. I agree. I think Bailey's the best choice.
I'd be happy with that.
I like Bailey. She'd get a cheer, even though she's
Bianca
a
doesn't
heel.
need it. Becky
No.
doesn't need it.
Yeah, I think Belair's time's up.
Bianca has a match at the Rumble. I know she could wrestle twice, but
She does?
it's her and Io at the Rumble, aren't they? In a match?
Is it?
Last I looked, there was no women's title match.
Oh,
booked,
okay.
But I could be wrong.
I could be wrong. I don't watch it weekly, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought they were setting that up.
So you
Unless
have,
that happened on
you
SmackDown.
have one title match on a pay per view.
What?
The WWE.
There's also the U.S. title.
Is that on the line?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's Logan Paul versus
Owens.
Kevin Owens.
But the Intercontinental's not. Gunther's probably in
You know the
Rumble.
Royal Rumble's not just one match, right?
When, that's what I was getting
You,
at. Like,
you
why is
didn't
there-
realize Roman was wrestling.
I forgot about the 4-way.
The Intercontinental's not on the line.
No, he's definitely he's
But like no women's matches.
as far as I last saw,
Yeah.
there was no women's.
And
match.
the
no
tags.
tag. Who the fuck is the tag champs?
It's Finn and Damon.
Damon.
And they'll probably be in the Rumble.
Yeah.
So you have a pay per view of like 4 matches.
Well, there's
the
two
Rumbles,
Rumbles.
yeah.
They go like an hour
Yeah,
each.
you can't have a ton.
I
I think, what do you think mains? The men's or the women's? Or does Roman's 4-way go last?
it
So that we.
4-way going last would be good. I just don't know if any story you could possibly tell with the women's from this perspective is worth putting on last.
the last 2 years the women's rumble was better.
Yeah, but it wasn't the main event. Didn't it go first?
The only highlight
Yeah,
of-
last year definitely was Cody.
well,
Yeah,
the only- I was gonna say the only highlight of the men's rumble was Cody and Gunther.
But the women's Rumble went first the last two, I think. And they opened up the show. Because
Yeah.
But so,
again, it was just like random
do
people.
you think it would ruin the outcome of the rumble if if Roman goes on beforehand?
They give away the winner?
No.
Like, did he do that with, didn't Rock beat Punk? And then we go, well, we know Cena's going to win. 'Cause he's
Yeah.
going to fight Punk, Rock at Mania.
I feel like it's hard to go on after a rumble
Eh.
because the crowd's exhausted.
No, not really.
All the surprises.
There's 4 big stars in that match. It's not Roman versus nobody. It's 3.
But you go to the Rumble pay per view for the Rumble match.
Yeah, because didn't I'm trying to think back to Sean's first Rumble that he won. No, second Rumble.
I have to look at the card. I don't remember. But yeah, I remember like
So going into WrestleMania 12, didn't the world title match go on after the Rumble because Diesel got eliminated and it was like was it Undertaker versus Brett? Brett won the belt and Diesel was like one of the last eliminated and he like bumped into Taker on his way back because he was still selling, and for some reason that's what set up the WrestleMania 12 match. So there you put title after the
Yeah.
Rumble.
Because remember, like Hogan won the 2, he was already the champ when he won his.
Yeah, well, his didn't
Like the
matter.
early ones,
Yeah.
there wasn't any title shots; they were just rumbles.
Actually, the early ones wasn't there. There was a like a tag match on after Rumble, wasn't
The
there?
first one, the Duggan one,
Yeah.
the main event was like a random tag, like
Yeah,
Islanders versus the Bulldogs or
Yeah.
something. Like,
I'm trying to think. Last year, Cody won,
Cody closed. Yeah,
so that was the main.
yeah.
well, yeah, because they went to black as he's on an apron, like yeah.
If it wasn't, we would have left that bar.
I think Raw, men's Rumble goes last because it's
I think,
Unfortunately,
so.
it's a better story this year. I can't see a possible, even if it was Bailey.
But I mean, over the WWE title, I'm saying I think that the Rumble's the main.
Well,
If I'm going to a Rumble pay per view, I'm going.
you
for
can get a
Rumble
very
matches.
good visual.
The point.
The point can happen. So you can get a really good visual if the Rumble is before the 4-way, and then the person that wins the Rumble comes out and cements that that's the person, whoever won that 4-way is who I'm wrestling, of them coming into the ring after the person wins, walking past them and pointing again, with them in the background pointing and the person that's the champion in the foreground standing there with the belt. I like visuals, and that's a hell of a visual. That's a package closer to set up WrestleMania. You know, let's just say it is Orton's walking out with the belt. Cody comes down, walks past him, looks him in the eyes, and points to the sign. And you show that at the end of every package leading up to WrestleMania. That's your visual.
That would be the story.
Yeah, that's the story you tell the entire way. That's a hell of a. It's a hell of a.
I mean, they always say send them home happy. So if you end it and let's say Roman's keeping it, that's how you want to send people home, with Roman winning again. He just. I mean, I'm not. I'm just
Roman-
saying.
I would
Roman's
agree.
over.
If the title match goes on last, I'm like 98% sure Roman's losing it. Because there's no way you're finishing Rumble
And
unless Rock's coming out after that match. That's the 2% there. Unless Rock's coming out after that match.
I was gonna say, do you also want Rock and Roman to be for the title at Mania?
No. We talked about this. That should not have the title.
So it would make sense for Roman to lose. Or lose at the Chamber, because it's 5 other people.
Yeah. I also told you that I don't think Rock and Roman need to be remade for WrestleMania. I think they should be Elimination Chamber.
Actually, I have my chamber for each show based upon who wins. If a SmackDown guy wins, goes after Roman, and I have 6 Raw guys for the chamber. And if a Raw guy wins, like Punk, and goes after Seth, then I have 6 SmackDown guys.
Okay, let's hear it.
So for the Raw chamber, I have Cody, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Shinsuke, and either Damien or Finn.
Throw Dom in there.
I don't know.
Well, because Priest has the briefcase. I don't know.
Yeah, so Finn would make more
Him and
sense.
Finn are the tag champs. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking as far as like star power or made to believe
That's-
has a chance to win.
That's if SmackDown wins the Rumble.
That's if a SmackDown guy wins and chooses Roman. Then Seth needs an opponent, so the chamber would determine that.
But that doesn't even necessarily mean that
Yeah.
if a SmackDown guy wins, they're going
They're
after
going
Roman.
after Roman. That doesn't really
No, that's
have
what I'm
to
saying. You know, this is like fantasy booking.
be. Yeah.
So then Cody would win the Chamber.
Maybe.
Go after the big gold.
And for SmackDown,
It's not the big call. Don't call it.
like if Punk wins and chooses Seth, which if they're headed that direction,
Or Gunther.
then I have Orton, Styles, Knight.
So you're putting the 4-way in.
Yeah, if
The
they
three
don't,
other
if those
guys,
3
yeah.
win tonight, Santos Escobar, who I really like. He's just there to get eliminated. He's like
And
fodder.
to do really cool moves.
Yeah.
And to take really cool moves.
and maybe
do a frog splash off the fucking top point and
start
Orton
at one,
catches him and
make it to the
Yeah.
maybe towards the end, but not win. Good showing.
Fucking throw Dragon Lee in there. Huh?
Kevin Owens. If he doesn't win the U.S. belt, Kevin Owens.
He's not going.
And then either Jimmy or Solo, that I figure Rowan would send them. You go out and win, so I don't have to defend it. One of you guys win it for me.
I think Jimmy and Solo would both be in it.
So
that too.
what if Logan Paul loses the U.S. title and is in the Royal Rumble? It's a lot of eyes on Logan Paul.
I saw a thing online that said about Logan Paul's brother might show up in the Rumble.
I would not see
So,
that happening.
I saw Logan said since he has signed an extension, he would like to become full time, rather than making it a hobby. I think best case scenario would be Logan keeps the title going into Mania, and whoever he faces would take it.
Which would be
That's
who?
more advertisement for Mania.
How is it?
Yeah,
don't
you
need
just
it.
you just want Logan Paul advertising up to Mania. After that, you don't need the advertising.
Yeah.
Who?
Who? Who would he? Because if this ends with Owens, like if he beats Owens and Owens moves on, then you need someone else.
Fucking Lashley. I don't know.
God, no.
Well, no, I think they're setting up Lashley and the Profits versus Cross and his, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
Dom. I don't know.
Logan's
Aren't they
kind of
both
the heel.
heels?
Yeah.
Logan's over though.
Yeah, but he's a heel. He's a hateable heel because people do hate him. I think they went a great direction of making him a heel champion because
People in real life hate him.
yeah, people don't like him. I don't know why.
They tried to make
I mean,
him a
I get
face.
it.
The
I get
video,
it. But that's. I mean, come on. He was a fucking kid and he apologized for it.
And his boxing.
Well,
The Paul
Who
brothers.
cares about
boxing
that
was just-
shit?
I don't know.
what did you?
The Paul brothers.
Did you say racist? What?
No.
Oh, I thought I heard you
People-
say they're racist.
People don't like.
I say, isn't his best friend black?
No, people don't like the Paul brothers boxing because it's like one fights retired fighters, one fights UFC fighters, not boxers. So it's like,
That's all. That's a show.
it's money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not.
Of
hurting
course
anybody, right?
they're not fighting a bunch of no-name fuckers. They're going after the big money.
KSI will probably make an appearance again.
In the
Yeah.
Rumble or just.
He,
No,
he
I
was
mean,
on.
yeah,
he was in the video where they were both at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
And they did a thing with him and Owens. He like spit or threw Prime at him or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, Paul's in the
KSI.
ring or whatever.
Yeah,
like training.
KSI was in the ring with him there.
KSI is strictly for eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a fan of wrestling or he's just doing that for Logan. But Logan, I feel like actually enjoys what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who he would go. Who?
The U.S. title.
Austin. I don't know.
The U.S. title means
Cena?
nothing. I don't know.
Cena's gone.
Theory was good with it until he dropped it.
Man, is he hurt?
No, him and Grayson Waller are a tag team.
But like that U.S.
Pretty
title,
sure if you go back somewhere on these podcasts, I called them being a team.
probably.
And
Yeah.
they're good, but there's like no other tag teams. They're not doing nothing.
Yeah, because the guys that are the tag champions, are tied up going for the fucking world title. They don't even care that they're champions.
And you don't have two tag titles.
Yeah, it's
They need
weird.
to fix
Yeah,
that
like
shit.
Finn and Damien are never on SmackDown defending those belts. So
No.
yeah,
Not at all. All right, well,
So,
Royal Rumble, baby.
Bailey.
Let's get going.
and then hopefully Gunther.
that's probably gonna be Punk.
It's probably gonna be Punk.
I don't know if that's the.
He's gonna come out 30 and wrestle for 5 minutes and win.
But hey, that would cement him as a heel then, because he wouldn't get cheered. I don't know if people would like that as much as I think they would.
You know what would be cool? AJ winning the belt and Punk whole swerve Punk versus AJ. Never seen it, right?
They've never crossed paths in all these years.
Maybe
No.
ROH.
I don't know, man.
I mean, we said Punk and Seth haven't touched, and they touched at some point.
it was at NXT though.
No, on the Indies too. Remember, I sent the video.
Oh. But even still, that's not the even if they did wrestle in ROH. One, no, I'm pretty sure not, because
Punk was in WWE.
AJ wasn't really in ROH when he was younger.
I was gonna say Punk was in WWE when if AJ would have been in ROH.
Yeah, yeah. AJ wasn't. He was the TNA guy. His ROH shit came after. After he left. And,
Reminds me.
you know,
They've been around so long. I didn't know they would
yeah,
cross
so
paths.
that's a dream matchup. Obviously, you would have preferred it to be like the 2014 version of both of them,
Yeah,
younger
but
version,
still,
yeah. The Lone Wolf AJ.
And Punk was in
the-
TNA for a brief, but I don't think they touched there at all, did they?
No, because he was in Raven's group. I mean, there's a
might have touched
possibility they
Joe.
wrestled, but there's never a story. When you say they touched, like, so what if they had a match somewhere? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about building, the phenomenal one versus the best in the world.
And AJ's thing for a while was he's the best.
Yeah.
The best versus the best.
I'd be good.
Yeah. It's one we're not talking about. Unfortunately, I don't see LA Knight walking out with it.
It would be something different, like you said.
It would. Oh, hell yeah.
Orton,
And I wouldn't be mad at it. I
Orton's
just
a
don't see it.
15-time champion. It's like the same thing.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I just don't see it happening.
No, I like LA Knight too.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with anybody except Roman.
I would too. Like I said, I think there's like a 2% chance. I'm really thinking that Roman walks out, and that 2% only comes with if The Rock shows up after. I think this is your way to get it off of Roman without making him lose it.
So Royal Rumble tomorrow, this weekend, whenever. Hopefully I can put this out tonight.
You better. You got nothing else to do tomorrow.
I gotta watch
I want
my
this
son.
out. I gotta watch. He'll sleep. Just give him some whiskey. He'll be fine.
So Royal Rumble, it's a pretty cool. We used to do this tattoo thing. We haven't done it in a couple of years.
I have not. No.
You still have to get your.
Because no one was getting their tattoos. What's the point of
it
it?
have to get your
we did that
hurricane.
around COVID. It took me
Yeah.
like a year to get one because
Yeah.
everything got shut down, and I just kind of
Well, then the other person who's on here, you didn't get any of his. So.
yeah.
Well, you have to get your Hurricane, and I still have
Yeah.
my Ricochet one that I
Yeah.
need to get. Hey, income tax. I don't know. But as I said earlier, Three Legacies Wrestling was a blast at Millersville University. They'll be back February 23rd. I was going to have you grab it, but I'll just put it up on the post edit. It's fine.
through it.
February 23rd, Millersville University again, but a different time.
It's a Friday night.
Friday night, doors open at 6:30, I believe. So it'll start a little later. Students get in for $5 general admission. And then their big show is after that. One of their big shows, March 30th, at the Lancaster Convention Center, Downtown Showdown. Also coming up, February 3rd, MLW, Philadelphia. I plan on going. Hopefully I can take some pictures.
This all doesn't matter.
But Philadelphia, MLW, pretty good show. February 7th, at the Reverb in Reading here, micro wrestling. I've always wanted to go to one of those, so it'll be cool to go to that. And then February 10th, WDWA, West Virginia. I don't know if it's a new company, but it's a new owner. He's really he's doing great things with it, so definitely recommend checking them out as well. Let us know what you think what your predictions are for the Rumble and how you feel about the Rumble afterwards.
And also, we are now going to officially in 2025, we are going to change it from Netflix and chill to Netflix and raw.
See you next week.